When Commander Rylan Voss was dragged down the metallic hallway of the car detention facility, he already knew the rumors. The feral girl, they called her. A creature born of war, raised in darkness, half-starved and wholly violent. No one who entered her cell came back out in one piece. Some didn't come out at all. The guards shoved Rylan forward, restraints biting into his wrists. Human, one snarled. Since you're so proud of your species' bravery, consider this your test. Survive one night. The door hissed open. The cell was dark, too dark. The air smelled of iron, dampness, and something wild. The guards pushed him inside and sealed the door behind him. Rylan stood still. His heartbeat was steady, his breathing controlled. He had been a soldier long before he became a prisoner. He knew predators. And there was one in here with him. A low growl vibrated through the darkness. Eyes, glowing, gold, animalistic, opened at the far end of the cell. Then came the scuttling sound, like claws on metal. She emerged slowly into the faint emergency light, small, thin, with silver hair matted around her face, sharp teeth, and strange bioluminescent markings along her skin. She looked like she had been grown in a lab, not born in a home. Her lips curled back, ready to strike. Rylan raised his hands, not in fear, but calm. Easy, he said softly. I'm not here to hurt you. She hissed. Then she charged. Rylan moved just as fast. He didn't punch or kick. He dodged, rolled, and let her momentum carry her forward. She hit the wall, stunned for half a second. He didn't attack. That alone confused her. For hours, she lunged again and again, testing him. And each time, Rylan avoided hurting her. He talked softly while he dodged. You're fast. You must be hungry. I won't fight you. Her growls slowly turned into confused chirps. By the time exhaustion pulled at her limbs, she no longer attacked him. She simply watched him from the shadows, head tilted, like trying to understand his strange refusal to harm her. Rylan sat against the wall, breathing heavily. She crawled closer, very slowly, like a wild animal testing a new territory. He didn't move. When she finally sat 2 feet away, staring at his face, he smiled gently. What did they do to you? Her expression softened. For the first time, she didn't look dangerous, just lonely. Trust-born in darkness. Hours turned into the next day. Guards checked the camera feed expecting blood. Instead, they saw her curled in a corner watching him sleep. She still wouldn't speak. She only made sounds, soft growls, chirps, clicks, but Rylan started to understand her body language. He offered her half of the stale protein bar the guards threw in. She sniffed it, then snatched it and devoured it instantly. He laughed. You really were starving. Her ears perked up at his laugh. She slowly reached out and touched his arm with one clawed hand. Gently. It was the first moment of real trust. When Rylan coughed from dehydration hours later, she panicked. She returned from the small water pipe with cupped hands, spilling most of it, but trying again and again until he could drink. If they wanted me dead, he murmured, you wouldn't be helping me. She chirped proudly, like she understood she had done something good. By the second night, she no longer stayed in the shadows. She sat next to him, close. Her head rested cautiously on his shoulder. And when the guards came to deliver food, she snarled at them so viciously that they retreated. Her protective stance was unmistakable. Rylan whispered, you poor thing, you've only ever known cruelty. She climbed into his lap without warning, curling up like a scared child rather than a feral monster. He didn't push her away. Instead, he placed a gentle hand on her hair. She purred. Yes, purred. The guards watching the cameras exchanged terrified looks. What is happening in there? No prisoner has ever tamed her. She's choosing him. They didn't understand it. Rylan didn't fully understand it either. But he knew she wasn't a monster. She was a weapon created by people who feared their own mistakes. And somehow, in the darkness, she had chosen him as her safe place. Climax. The day they came for him. On the third day, alarms blared outside the cell. The guards marched in formation. The chief warden unlocked the cell with a sneer. Step away from the creature, human. She belongs to us. Belongs. The word made Rylan's stomach turn. The alien girl immediately stepped in front of him, arms spread, teeth bared, markings glowing bright blue. She was ready to tear through an army if she had to. The warden laughed. Move, experiment. The human's time is up. When the guards advanced, she attacked first, ferocious, unstoppable. But there were too many. They shocked her with electric batons. She collapsed to her knees, screaming in a sound Rylan had never heard from her, pain and betrayal. Rylan snapped. He tackled the first guard, disarmed him, and smashed the baton against the warden's armor. Months of restraint burst through him. He wasn't fighting for escape, he was fighting for her. A blast hit him from behind, an electric charge sent through his spine. He dropped to the ground. The alien girl crawled toward him even while stunned, dragging herself through pain just to reach him. She pressed her forehead against his chest, whimpering. The warden lifted his weapon. Experiment failed. Put them both down. But before he could fire, a massive explosion shook the facility. The walls cracked. Sirens wailed. Something enormous landed outside, the human rescue team, tracing Rylan's signal. Soldiers stormed inside. What the hell? Who is that? A prisoner? Mutant. Rylan, barely conscious, whispered. She's with me, don't hurt her. The alien girl snarled at the new intruders, shielding Rylan again, but one of the human medics spoke softly. It's okay, we're friends. We're here for him. She didn't fully trust them, but she didn't attack. She looked down at Rylan, then back at the soldiers, then back at him. Her decision was made. She lifted his limp body with surprising strength and carried him toward the humans, offering him to them as if saying, "Help him, please." That was the moment they realized she wasn't feral. She was intelligent. And she cared. Rylan woke up days later in a medical bay aboard a human battleship. The first thing he saw was her. She sat at his bedside, knees pulled to her chest, watching anxiously. When his eyes opened, she let out a delighted chirp and launched herself at him, careful not to hurt him, burying her face in his chest. He laughed weakly. I missed you too. Human officers stood behind the glass window, baffled. She won't leave his side, one whispered. She refuses food unless he eats first. She's bonded to him. Rylan stroked her hair gently. No one's going to lock you up again. You're safe now. She curled up on his chest, her favorite place, and slowly drifted to sleep, peaceful for the first time in her life. The same guards who once called her a monster wouldn't have believed it. The feral alien girl, feared by an entire prison, now slept like a child in the arms of the human who showed her kindness. Rylan closed his eyes, letting her soft purring vibrate against him. This wasn't the end. It was the beginning of something no one in the galaxy saw coming. A bond that defied biology, war, and species. Two broken souls who found healing in each other. And the galaxy was not ready for the strength of that bond.